And the more pictures he makes, the better I like it.
The man you've been making pictures for, over 20 in the past 13 years, chairman of the board and president of American International Pictures, Mr. Samuel Arkoff. Here's Samuel. Vincent Price is the kind of star to have in your film company, Mr. Arkoff.
That's right. Vincent is an unusual star because his pictures usually make money.
Not always, mind you, but
well,
usually.
Generally.
Yeah.
He also has another unusual trait in what he does with his expense allowance.
How do you mean that?
Well, Vinny has made 23 pictures for us in the past 13 years. Most of them, or many of them, in England. And when in England, he gets a big, fat expense account. And periodically, he insists the cost of living is going up and gets an additional to that. Now, we all had illusions that Vinny was living like an oriental potentate in some deluxe London penthouse. Yeah. But much to our surprise, we discovered he was living in a modest room in a quiet hotel in a London side street. And the explanation, he was using most of his expense money to buy objects of art. Isn't that right, Vinny?
That's right. I'm furious that you found that out.
It took us a long time.
Vinny, it sounds as if you make pictures to buy pictures.
Certainly.
Thank you very much, Mr. Samuel Arkoff.
Thank you. Thank you.
Movies, television, the theater give you the wherewithal to expand your enormous talents and energies into new fields of endeavor. And we'll have some surprises for you in the other life of Vincent Price in just a moment. We even have surprises for you in the audience, Vincent. Really close friends. Come on, let's say hello to some of them. Right over here, if you will, please. Well, here is Jane Wyatt and her husband, Eddie Ward.
Congratulations, Vinny. Thank you. Great.
What about, listen, what about this guy anyhow, Jane?
Well, I think of him in The Winslow Boy, when he had that beautiful cape on, and I missed that tonight.
I know.
Absolutely.
I know.
But he's another Winslow Boy girl.
I know.
Yes, Dorothy McGuire.
Right on the list.
John.
And John Swope, her husband. How great. Dorothy. Oh, and Kay Medford back here. Look, right here. Oh!
Vincent and I were in a play in 1954. We used to have 7 newspapers then, so they came out late. He called me at 6 o'clock in the morning. We opened on Christmas Eve.
Jolly.
And Vincent said, Kay, we should have opened on Easter. They crucified him that time. And I said to him, don't worry, it'll be a silent night.
Oh, it was.
Open on the 4th of July, you'd have bombed it. Oh, Ann Seymour here, ladies and gentlemen. Ann, what do you remember about this guy?
Well, being Vincent's son's godmother, I've always felt I was part of his family.
It's true. It's true. Yes.
Oh, and Mary Wicks.
How are you?
Vincent's mother and father were 2 of the most charming people in the world. I think Vinny inherited a lot of it. They were great people. All of us in St. Louis are awful proud of Vincent.
All good people from St. Louis.
Darn tootin'.
Well, there's a whole lot more to go. I think we better get back on stage here now. We'll take a little breather. Be right back in just 1 second here. Oh, my. Vincent Price, your work for mankind is as arduous as your pursuit for entertainment. And your rewards have come in many different ways.
My life has been richer for having known Vincent Price.
Every American Indian is forever in Vincent Price's debt.
Vincent, your concern, your dedication, and your devotion to the American Indian is best expressed by poetess Donna Whitewing of the Institute of American Indian Art in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and famed American Indian painter, resident artist at the University of South Dakota, Oscar Howe.
Oscar, you got even with me, huh?
He was talking about it on the way. I will explain this to you in a minute. Oscar Howe, not many people are aware of Vincent's deep attachment to the Indians, are they?
Nor the fact that for 14 years, Vincent was Commissioner of Indian Arts and Crafts Board of the Department of the Interior. Just last year, he requested that he be replaced by a Native American and Indian. As commissioner, he made it his responsibility to awaken the American and world public to the beauty of Indian art.
He saw in it an important facet of Indian culture, and I was one of the first students to receive the Vincent Price Creative Writing Awards, which he began at the Institute of American Indian Arts in 1962. Mr. Price has read some of my poetry at various occasions. I attribute his interest and his encouragement to my continued writing and to my being published in a book called The Whispering Wind. And I'm very grateful that your life touched mine for a while.
Thank you. You touched mine with your beautiful poetry.
And your country will always be grateful, Vincent. That's exactly why I'm here.
Another longtime friend from Washington, D.C., Special Assistant for Indian Affairs to the Secretary of the Interior, Roger C.B. Morton, Miss Wilma Victor.
Oh, Fred. How lovely to see you.
Now, Vincent, listen carefully. Miss Victor has something very special to say to you.
Yes.
Vincent Price, Secretary Roger C.B. Martin, has asked me to represent him in presenting to you the highest award given to a civilian for your great contribution to the Indian people. It's my pleasure to give it to you tonight.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Vincent. Thank you, Wilma Victor, Donna Whitewing, and Oscar Howe. In an entirely different way, you, Vincent, maybe more than anyone else, have made America art conscious.
We are so honored to have Vincent Price as an associate.
Well, now, Vice President of Sears Roebuck. I was waiting to see if he were going to go all the way down or not.
Faint.
Vice President of Sears Roebuck from Chicago, Mr. Vincent Graham.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now you can sit down.
All right. Hello, Vincent.
In the early 1960s, America was just begun to expand its interest in fine art. Through the good offices of Lester Salkow and Harry Sondheim, Vincent became the father of our program and purchased over 75,000 pieces of art for us. And I'm more than glad that he's a member of the Sears family.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vincent Graham.
Million thanks. Thank you.
Well, on your many travels around the world, Vincent, you always manage to pick up gourmet recipes, and when you're at home, you try them out. Eventually, you write a cookbook, Treasury of Great Recipes, which is now sold, I guess, 300,000 copies. You have had a collaborator for this book and for a good part of your life, costume designer and design consultant, and incidentally responsible for framing thousands of the pictures that Mr. Graham talked about. She also happens to be your wife, Mary Price.
Yeah.
Mary, you sit on the other side of him. Who really does the cooking in the Price home now?
I want to get this.
Yeah.
Well, we each have our specialties, so together we add up to be one pretty good cook. We're very proud to be Vincent Price's family.
Thank you, Mary.
All being, of course, you, Mary, your daughter, Victoria. And your son from Albuquerque, New Mexico, Barrett Price and wife, Renee.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Here's Renee. Get in there. Get your head. Get these two faces together. They kind of look. Barrett, I understand you're a contributing editor of Vincent's book, A Treasury of American Art.
It's a great joy to me to be a part of it. Danny was here at the party.
Yeah, wonderful. What do you call that?
They'll be right back. They're just going to sit over there for a second. You've just finished a new movie called Much Ado About Murder, Vincent.
Yeah.
And it's portrayed along with your other accomplishments on this gold charm bracelet.
Oh, how wonderful.
It's for you, Mary, designed by Marshall Jewelers, Fifth Avenue, New York City.